Did you know that right before the World Cup, people were actually ranking Vitinha and Pedri ahead of Jude Bellingham? But look at how the tables have turned. Vitinha has completely faded into the background, Pedri isn't living up to the hype, and Bellingham? He is out here dominating and leaving his mark. What exactly happened? Look, if you never got the chance to watch Zidane play, Bellingham is an absolute blessing, man. He might not be exactly at Zidane's level yet, but he is the only player who even has a shot at reaching it. He has already surpassed English legends like Gerrard, Lampard, and Beckham in so many aspects. But do you remember the narrative before the World Cup started? All the pre-tournament hype was centered around Spain's Pedri, Portugal's Vitinha and João Neves, and Argentina's Enzo Fernandez and Mac Allister. Jude Bellingham was barely a blip in the media's conversation. Mook. He had a pretty average season at Real Madrid. Thanks to injuries, he spent half the year sidelined. The English media was literally putting pressure on Thomas Tuchel, demanding he drop Jude from the national squad and give his spot to in-form Premier League stars instead. But Tuchel ignored the noise and called Bellingham up anyway. And bro, Bellingham has repaid that trust in the best way possible. Get this! Playing from the midfield, Jude Bellingham has officially put himself at the top of the World Cup scorers list. 6 goals and 1 assist. A midfielder with 6 goals? That is pure insanity, man. The last match against Norway, Jude single-handedly dominated the entire pitch. Even when the rest of the England squad couldn't click in the first half, he kept them alive entirely on his own. He found the equalizer right before halftime, and then, in extra time, he netted another one to give England the lead, dragging them straight into the semi-finals. But here is the craziest part. In the round of 16 against Mexico, Bellingham scored a brace. 2 goals in the span of just 98 seconds. Like, is that even possible? He took home man of the match honors for England in both the round of 16 and the quarter-finals. The last player to score consecutive braces in 2 World Cup knockout games was Diego Maradona. Now Jude Bellingham has permanently added his name to that legendary list. On top of that, at just 23 years old, he's the youngest player to score back-to-back knockout braces since Pelé. Pelé, bro. We are talking about Pelé comparisons. So look at where we are now. The midfielders everyone was comparing him to, Vitinha, João Neves, have already been embarrassingly knocked out of the World Cup. Pedri isn't even a regular starter for Spain right now, but 23-year-old Jude Bellingham? He has stepped up past Harry Kane and is leading the charge as England's main man. One of Thomas Tuchel's biggest achievements since taking over the England squad is figuring out exactly how to utilize Bellingham. Carlo Ancelotti pulled it off in 2024, but Real Madrid's last 2 coaches completely failed at it, leaving Bellingham looking lost on the pitch. But now, Tuchel has practically built his entire tactical setup around Bellingham, and it's pulling out his absolute best football. And it's not just about the goals. Bellingham makes his presence felt on every single inch of the grass. Game control, defensive work rate, passing, his absolute brilliance is stamped all over the pitch. If he keeps this form up, Bellingham might be the one to finally bring the World Cup trophy back to England for the first time since 1966, and he is easily a top contender for the Golden Ball. After all these years, England finally has a midfielder who can single-handedly win them matches. Gerrard and Lampard couldn't get it done. Can Bellingham be the one to break the curse? It's a wild era of football, man. We'll just have to wait and see. What do you think? Can Bellingham finally end England's 60-year World Cup drought? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Man, hit subscribe for more football stories. Because some players arrive just to break records, but others, they come to write history.